This meeting
is being recorded.
Fucking hate that. It comes up on now the actual recording. You can actually hear that, which is quite embarrassing. Jack looking dapper as ever, eating his bagel, jam, and he's got his core. To be fair, mate, I thought you'd be back in good time, but clearly this week you was running a bit late. Just
Me?
like everyone else. Yeah, you.
Well, I'm late. I'm late because I had to fucking top up the electricity, mate.
So I walk into the house, I just hear, I don't know what Jack said, but I just heard a really aggressive, like,
You effing C was the phrase.
You effing see, and I was like, who is that? And it's Jack, and basically our electricity ran out, so we had to quickly nip to the shops and top up so we can so Jack can do his bagels and jam. Otherwise he'd go completely hyper.
I'm not about the raw bagels.
No.
That's a question for you. Do you call it raw bagels or do you just call it a bagel? Because someone's had a go at me before and they said it's not a raw bagel because bagels aren't cooked.
Yeah, but would you actually?
No, well, they are. You put something in a grill, it cooks.
Oh yeah, well they are. Technically, they're cooked.
It's
no,
like
you are right, actually. So a raw bagel isn't actually raw because it's cooked to make.
It's been like boiled and steamed on it.
Yeah.
But saying that, like, would you cook cream of rice or would you heat up cream of rice?
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri didn't like madness. Would you cook cream of rice? Like, I'm cooking my cream of rice, or would you heat your cream of rice?
No, what I mean is, to make a bagel in its pre-toasted form, you actually have to cook it first, don't you? Bake it.
Bake it or toast it.
Yeah.
Would you toast it? It's bacon toast.
No. Before you toast it.
Oh.
No, you know when you get it in the packet thing.
Yeah.
It's been like steamed or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone could eat it.
It's fresh off the field, mate. Fresh off the field.
I personally couldn't eat a bagel without being toasted, like a raw bagel, if you want to call it that. It's just too dry for me. It sticks to my gums and shit.
Have you put them in the microwave? They go all right.
Microwave bagel? Really?
Ew.
Bit stodgy, but it's nice.
That's fucking. What's the weirdest thing you've microwaved?
Chicken.
Yeah, I've done that. I've defrosted chicken in the microwave at uni. It was poverty. It came out looking yellow.
All the time. You forget it.
And it cooks it in certain areas.
I know. It comes out, it's like piping hot. And I'm thinking, should I actually eat this? Should I not eat it? Fucking hell. Yeah, that was definitely a uni thing. I wouldn't recommend doing that if anyone decides to defrost their chicken in the.
I'm not sure whether I've mentioned this on the podcast. Did I ever mention when I first bought bulk chicken?
No.
So uni, second year, started to be a bit more serious with bodybuilding, eating, etc. So I wanted to bulk buy chicken just to save a bit of money. So I went down to the local Asian sort of, they used to distribute to all the shops, like the curry houses, this, that, and the other, so that you could buy in bulk.
Yeah.
I bought 5 kilos of chicken, came in this massive plastic bag. I take it home to the house. Muggins here puts it straight in the freezer in the plastic bag. So it goes 5 kilos of chicken in a plastic bag, straight in the freezer.
Oh, no.
So it's a 5 kilo chunk of chicken then.
Oh.
So I went to defrost it and I had to use like a knife as an ice pick to try and get it out.
Need to get your pickaxe, mate.
Oh, no, I did something similar. So walked into the uni kitchen, right, first day, and I thought, right, this is it. I've got to do a Thorburn here. I've got to tell them that this is my kitchen. So I went in, and then we had about like 3 freezers, and I had all my chicken clear for training day, other shit for non-training day, popped it in the freezer, and all of the bags fucking joined together. So when I'm trying to get it out, I've literally got like a bat and I'm smacking it. So it didn't really work like that. Did you have the same issue then?
I would, if I buy 5 kilos worth of chicken, I'm putting it in separate bags, 100%. There's no way I'm just shoving it in the freezer, making it like a fucking block, and just fucking getting my pickaxe and fucking chipping at it. AJ, I was going to ask you. Hello, by the way. What's the weirdest thing you've microwaved? What's the weirdest thing you've microwaved?
Oh, microwaved.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
knows,
doubt
mate.
you've done. I can't imagine you doing anything like that.
Nothing out of the ordinary, I don't think. Maybe, actually, to be honest, like nothing out of the ordinary. I think the only time that I used something like a microwave for something that's probably not meant to be used was when we're in Romania for the Wilds and we didn't have anything. We didn't have any kettle or any access to like getting coffee. So we just bought coffee from a supermarket. And then, so I made a coffee in like a shaker cup, mixed it, and then like basically boiled it in the microwave to get it hot. That's the only weird shit that I've done, but I absolutely needed caffeine at that point. Otherwise I would have not had a good day.
No, I mean, the furthest I've gone is this the frost in the chicken in there, and it just went yellow. So I never did that again. I don't think I even fucking ate it. That was a stupid uni thing that I would do. So Jack, I know you're eating right now, mate. And we're a little bit late to the podcast, so apologies about that. Not that it matters. How's the first couple of days of your prep so far?
I didn't weigh in this morning, but as of yesterday, I was just over £3 down, 3.5 pound down. So granted, some of that will just be from food volume, but I know you saw me earlier today. And I definitely feel like I've dropped, like, maybe potentially just quite a lot of water already. Because I definitely feel tighter, especially around the midsection area, because that's often an area that holds quite a bit for me. So yeah, feel a bit tired already. Past few sessions haven't been amazing. Not that it's anything to do with kind of the food drop or anything, but apart from that, everything's pretty good. So providing I can just get back on top of training, I think everything's in a good spot. To give you some numbers, because I know people do like the ins and outs of bodybuilding, I dropped 900 calories to start. So it went from nearly 5,000 to just over 4,000 now. And that was just purely took out the carbs from my last meal. So now it's just a poverty chicken and veg meal. But apart from that, like, food's still pretty high, 4,000 calories, and I've dropped 3.5. So it's not going too badly.
Yeah, I saw you earlier. I definitely would say your midsection is tighter, 100%, and also your legs. I think maybe just the introduction of doing a little bit more cardio, maybe seeing your legs tighten up a little bit. So yeah, honestly, mate, like, considering you dropped 3 pounds, you can notice it already, and it's only been not even a week yet.
No, it's been, well, what is it, 5 days? Yeah,
5 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff, man, honestly. And I'm excited for that, like, just seeing where you land. And I've said that so many times. Even for me today, like, I got a new high, which I'm super buzzing about. Like, it was 184.4, something like that. I've not been that in probably about 4 years, I don't think, which is great. And even post workout, and I'm tight. I was saying to Jack, I was like, fucking, where's this 40 pounds going to come off, boy? This is not this. There's definitely been some muscle built in this period of time. AJ, I gave the crunch you told me, I gave that a go. At first, mate, when I sat into it, I was like, I feel like I'm going to fall back here and crack my head open. But seriously, when I did it, my abs were completely fucked. And I know because obviously you mentioned about, like, just trying to think about just keeping it on the abs, because towards the end, when I did like set number 2, set number 3, I was just trying to get my body weight up, and I was struggling just to connect with my abs. It was just more getting my hips up. But I definitely think that's probably gonna be more beneficial than me doing my marathon planks, trying to chase down 10 minutes. Fuck that. So yeah, I gave that a go today, and I'm probably expecting to be quite sore in the midsection. How many did you do, by the way, in terms of your own body weight when you first did it?
Literally like 10 or 12.
Okay, that makes you feel a bit better.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, you want to fail under 15, really. I think if you start going sort of 15 plus on that, you're going to be doing exactly what you said, which is just sort of using other stuff to get you up.
Mm-hmm. For anyone that is watching this right now, see if I can actually show you what I mean by this. So I did 12 on the first one. There we go.
So GHD sit up. I got these from I got this idea from, I think you can probably, well, it's hard from that angle, but I think you can probably even come up even further and contract a little bit harder.
That's what I noticed when I was doing it.
Yeah, it feels like you're going as far as you can, but when you film them and do them again with a bit more range, you realize that you can come a little bit further and still be getting them a bit shorter. But yeah, I got that from Andy, Intelligent Strength, the guy who runs Dash Gym. He's like he loves them so much, and he made it's all in German, but he made a really good video on why they're a pretty good core exercise.
And you translated it in your you translated it in your perfect German, was it?
Yeah, I have my cranker thick German.
Yeah,
anything I know.
Who did I see do it? I thought I saw John Jewett do something similar. I don't think he was doing that, but I think he was doing something quite similar to it, if I remember correctly. I can't actually.
I'm pretty sure he's got them. I'm pretty sure he's got glute ham raise sit-ups in his program, but I'm not sure as to whether he does them in a different way.
Yeah, it's very.
There you go. He does them just with his lower back supported. Yeah.
Do you get quite a lot of hip flexor in it then, or not?
Yeah, I do get a decent chunk of hip flexor, but like I said to George, like if you cue your abs the whole time, even though you like your lower back's off the support and your glutes are actually off the end of the pad, you can still connect pretty well. But you've just got to like find a range that works for you and stay within that. Like that's the thing that I learned with them. But the way that Andy does them is like glutes just off the pad.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
I don't think there's a right or wrong, but maybe you're going to get a bit more hip flexor without the lower back supported and with you in that position where you're slightly further off. But again, I think I've not done them very long, so I'm definitely no expert on these things, but I know that they're definitely going to be better for George, who's lying down on the floor for 6 minutes, basically doing an extra anterior delt exercise.
Honestly, when I used to finish my planks after the push session, my delts and triceps and my elbows used to be fucked from just being there. And I'm thinking, like, is this like what's the difference between me doing a 6-minute plank and a 10-minute plank? Probably not fucking much, other than just fucking torture. And it's the slowest 6 minutes of my life. Like, I couldn't. Life just goes by so slow in that period of time. You're trying to keep your mind busy. I tried sitting on my phone for a bit, but it just still goes fucking crazy slow. And I'm thinking, like, how am I going to continue progressing this? Am I going to do a 20-minute plank eventually? It's fucking ridiculous. I actually Googled like the record for a plank, and someone done it for like, I think it's like 9 hours straight. Ridiculous. Like, how can you just be in that position for 9 hours? You'd be bored as fuck, wouldn't you? I certainly would be.
It's definitely like that's just not even a plank anymore, really, is it? No one's actually using the abs for 9 hours without getting like severe cramp.
But I did find, like go back to the crunch that I was doing. I did find towards the end I was using a lot of my hip flexors because I just couldn't seem to connect my abs. It started to fatigue. So I think the more I do it, the better I'll get at that. But no, I was pretty fucked after that. I said to Gaz, like, I just did 12. I thought that was shit. It's like, surely I could have done more than that. But now you've made me feel slightly better about it. AJ, so how's off season going? A little update. I saw RDL 215, wasn't it? 210. And then the other day, barbell back squat, 160, 17. Was it?
Yeah. It was all right.
How are you feeling about the barbell back squat? Is it just one of those exercises that you just absolutely just love doing? Because you've chopped and changed, you've gone into the barbell back squat, then you've taken it out, then you've gone back into it. Like, are you still...
I mean, the reason for chopping and changing was purely so I just got hurt. You know, like I wouldn't have taken it out if I didn't get injured. But yeah, I actually didn't really like talk about it on social media, but I really fucked up my left shoulder trap. And that was predominantly from barbell back squatting and bench pressing when I was still like 5 or 6 pounds away from stage condition. So I was like just a very fragile human being at that point, and I wasn't even skilled at the movement. So it's like the worst time to add them in. But you know, I always make some mistakes post competition, and that was one of the few that I made. So yeah, I wouldn't have taken it out if I didn't have to, but yeah, I did take it out, and then I put it back in just because, like, mate, in all honesty, I don't like the fact that I can't do what I used to do on back squat. I don't like it. Doesn't sit well with me. The reason why it doesn't sit well with me is I want to be a skilled person with weights. I want to be able to squat well. And I think the cross transfer that a strong squat has into everything else that you do is significant. I mean, look how short. I mean, Keith's just strong across the board. So, you know, of course, he's just a strong dude. But like, look how of a short run it took him to get to a 7-plate Cybex, which there's very few humans can do that on planet Earth. And he arguably is so able to do that in a quick fashion because he's just so good at a squat pattern. So when you cross transfer that and put it into a stable environment like a hack, it's like cool. Couple of times learning it, get the groove, get the foot placement down. You're just adding plate on plate each week. So I do genuinely believe like the better I get at a back squat, it's going to have a cross transfer into my hip hinge. It's going to have a cross transfer into my Cybex hack, you know, everything. So I just want to get better at like, for me, when I started squatting again in 140, felt like it was going to crush my spine. It just doesn't sit well with me in terms of having confidence with everything I do with the barbell in the gym. So it's more of like, I guess, a personal endeavor. And plus when I get good at squatting and you look at it mechanically, it is actually a pretty good movement for me. There's people that just shouldn't squat, bottom line. Their torso angle versus the knee flexion that they get is just horrendous. The cost to reward is like so poor. But when you look at it as a movement for me, it's like I come out of it and like yesterday's 160 set, the 190 definitely not. I failed with my torso and my bracing, not my legs. But the 160 set, 100%, I had nothing left in my legs and my torso didn't break down. With a lighter weight, I can do that now, but with a heavier weight, I can't. So I just want to get that skill efficiency with the heavy weights. But I'm enjoying it, man. Definitely enjoying it. But I'm still I'm so not confident. Like Jay, for example, that 3-2-1 strength system. So I tagged yesterday. Like he walks up to a bar like he's going to literally grab the bar and throw it into the car park. I fucking love it. And that's how I used to squat. I used to not care. I put it on my back and just go for it. It doesn't matter. But now I'm like approaching it like, is this going to feel all right? Have I got my foot in the right position? Am I bracing well? Am I going to break down? I'm like thinking about too many things because I'm not skilled at it yet. So I just want to be better at it.
Yeah.
So that's sort of my reasons why, I guess.
He's fucking crazy, that 1-2-3. Like
An animal.
I saw him the other week doing like a safety bar split squat, and he had like probably like 4 or 5 plates. It's fucking crazy. I mean, he's just moving it like like it was nothing. Yeah, he's incredible. I was doing it next to him when I was doing split squats on the Cybex. I felt like a little bitch when I had like fucking 2 plates aside. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's interesting because I've never actually really spent too much time doing a barbell back squat. I mean, probably the most I've ever squatted in my life is probably 160 kilos. I do enjoy it, but I often find that I get into just habits of just moving weight from A to B, and then it cross transfers into my hip hinges. Then I'm fucking fatigued, and then I can only do it for a certain period of time. But I would like to give it a go at some point again, because I feel like it's an exercise that, you know, if I look back at how my lifting journey, I've never actually spent some time doing that, and that probably why that my legs might be, I don't know, underdeveloped potentially. Like I've never really spent time doing that particular movement. It'd be interesting. I'd like to try it in future off seasons, but I just don't know if it's something that, from just previous experience, it work or not, because I use a lot of my glutes. Like my glutes are a lot bigger than, and I can tell just from a squat, like I use my glutes, and if I look at my quads and I look at my glutes, you know, my glutes are way overdeveloped compared to my quads, and I just think in that sort of position I'd just be all glute. So maybe it's a setup, maybe it's something I need to work upon, but I don't know. Caitlin, I don't think I've ever seen you barbell back squat in my life, not in years anyway.
Oh, you will have, when I was in that garden.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Lockdown. Oh, that was dangerous.
What just came into my mind was I remember you.
I enjoyed it.
The deadlifts were best.
The deadlifts. I think your mum was in the background going, "Go on."
Go on, Caitlin.
Yeah.
No, I did barbell squat a little bit, but it was horrible. Like, let's take a really bad form clip and just like shit on it. Like, it was so bad. I remember like I just I literally just went flying forward once. For some reason, I'm not very good at them. I'm all right at safety bars. I ran that for a little bit during lockdown. But yeah, when AJ said some people just cannot barbell squat, yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah, Jack, you've I know you've been pretty strong in the past when you was young. I remember you telling me like you was 18, you was doing what, 200, something like that.
Yeah, I used to be a good squatter. Obviously, I don't do it so much at the moment due to the funky hips. But I don't know. I've only just sort of got back into doing sort of leg compounds anyway with hack squat and leg press. So I can't see myself going back to it personally. But for me, like I was quite quad dominant in the squat, and that's probably where it came from. But I did used to love a squat, I'll be honest. Like it used to be my exercise. So it does, I don't know, it does frustrate me a little bit that I don't. But I think I gave it a go in the first lockdown. I was squatting.
Yeah, I remember you did.
But yeah, AJ, I think I sent you videos actually. Yeah, I did.
Because we were all squatting at that point. We
Yeah.
were all squatting. So you were like, I'm going to get a bar on my back. I was like, fucking hell, okay.
What did the sets look like? Did you do like a shimmy under the bar or what?
Kick your leg out.
I'd have the bar on my back and I'd raise my leg up and pop
Yes.
my way in.
Yes.
Like,
Granted,
granted, I didn't go above like 160, but to like do
Just
that,
160 in just like a
on
flamingo
my leg.
pose. Brilliant.
Yeah, it fascinates me, Jack, when I see you on like a leg press and you've got like 10 plates on there, then all of a sudden just one leg comes off. And it's just like some fucking isometric hold with one leg. And even on the hack, like, I mean, hack's probably a little bit easier, but the leg press, like, that's fucking, it's insane. I think, Jesus, like, he's just holding it just one leg. Like,
I am getting better with it though, in terms of not needing to do it as much. But I do need to get a lot better at it. Hack squat's actually going okay at the moment. It's not going too bad. I got it up to. I failed miserably on. I did a set on 5 plates for 4 the other day, and then I tried to do it again 2 weeks ago after pre-exhausting with a set of 4 plates before, and I didn't get any reps at all. So
I remember that.
all this hype, and then I took it down and fucking failed.
I remember you just did it. I remember seeing you just did an eccentric, didn't you? Just eccentric. Just one eccentric on a 5
I was
plate.
on the way down, and as I was on the way down, I went, "Yeah, not today," and just let it go.
That's fucking class.
Because I knew I wasn't coming out, so I went down. Felt like, yeah, this ain't coming up. So I went, "Yeah, not today," out loud, kind of like not be too embarrassed, so everyone knew I wasn't trying.
That's fucking.
People watching you.
There was a few, because I was making a bit of noise at the start.
I had 4 spotters.
Fucking hell.
The
I'm
spotters
shitting
were ready, and then they just like turn around and see you later.
2 spotters and everything.
Yeah, well, wait.
Are we going to address that Smith machine video? George, you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if either of you two have seen it, AJ and Caitlin.
I think it was.
Wait,
Who posted it?
not my Smith machine generation I'm post.
No,
Not
not
that
that
Oh
one.
fucking hell.
Hey, you got some good traction off that though, didn't you?
I got relatively good traction, yeah.
A few follows. Don't worry, mate. I was
Terrible comment section. I mean,
I was
terrible.
backing you up in the
Okay,
comments.
eh?
Don't worry.
That was I read through
They
the comments on that. That was so fucked.
Literally couldn't have chosen a worse caption, picture.
It looked like I'd regressed back to my 2014
what are you on
team
about?
debut physique. Literally I look like I got like a morbid illness or something
Yeah.
in that front.
You
leg
didn't
spread.
look like you.
No,
Someone
no.
commented that you look. So I'm pretty sure someone commented, "Get off the meth" or something. I was like,
Yeah, I look
fucking hell.
like I was really
horrible
unwell. Really
comments.
unwell.
But anyway, this video, Caitlin and AJ, I don't know whether you've seen it.
What was
this-
it?
This woman basically gets folded in half on a Smith
no.
machine.
Oh, is it
No,
in
no.
a Brazil, like in some like Mexico gym or something?
Yeah.
Did Generation Iron post it?
I think it was
I don't know.
more
We
dates, more
saw it
dates.
on More Plates, More Dates, but it's.
Ah, right. What actually happens? Like, so I've not seen the video. I don't like stuff like that.
I hate watching stuff like that. Like
No, I can't
whenever there's
watch
like a
it.
leg press video, I turn it off straight away. I never watch it. But I was
Yeah.
we were both relatively interested in this one.
Eating our
Did you
food.
break it down? Like, just pause it.
So basically, I think she's being personal trained. This woman is like that now, right? She
Oh,
gets under a Smith machine with 4 plates aside on the Smith machine. And I don't get it. There's no way she's warmed up to that. There's no way
On a
she's done
squat?
3. There's no way she's done 3 plates aside before this. And to make matters worse, there's a bench under the Smith.
Oh,
So she's doing.
So it's like a box squat to a degree.
oh, fuck me.
Yeah, so she unracks this Smith and then straight away gets folded like a sandwich.
Yeah, and she actually fucking died apparently from it.
Oh my
So,
Oh yeah, she dies. She dies straight away. She
Yeah.
literally
someone still posted that.
she just goes back. It's literally so torso comes over,
But then the
lower
bar
body
keeps
lower
coming.
body comes under, and it's sandwich. Yeah.
So like guillotines are basically.
So fuck, she was just laying on floor like just a sack of shit, really, and people were just dragging her, moving her, but she just wasn't responsive. It was so fucked. I don't know why she even bothered doing it. Like, why do people do this sort of crazy stuff where they just think it's acceptable to even try doing that when she was literally the skinniest girl ever from what I could see. It was like on CCTV recording as one of those ones. And yeah, she just went down and she was a sack of shit. We was like, should we watch this whilst we're eating? And then we decided to watch it.
Appetite
like,
gone.
Yeah, appetite immediately gone. 45 minutes fucking eating the meal. But yeah, that's very, very strange. Very, very strange. Weird. Must be like a foreign thing, surely. These people. I always see these weird little videos of even like people just doing some weird shit in these foreign countries. It must be some ego.
Well, you always see them Brazilian girls like, and there's literally someone doing leg extension, and the other one's like dumbbell curl their legs up. It's always like that.
So fun. So makes me question things. AJ sent me through my diet on for Monday. And immediately the first thing I saw was fucking 125 gram of oats, and I was thinking 100 gram of oats and 125 on the rest. I think it was. Immediately looked at that and I was like, fucking hell. But I know in about 6 weeks' time I'm going to be looking forward to those bad boys. Right now I've got no desire to eat oats at all, so that's going to be the first week's going to be very, very interesting. Me running oats in my diet for the first time in about, I don't know, fucking 2 years or something.
You're not going to be able to make them, mate. They're going to be shit the first few times.
I know. I think I'm going to get you to make them for me, if I'm honest, because I've got like almond butter, nut butters in there, and I haven't fucked with that shit in a long time. So, Forbes, you might have to start making my oats for me in the evening time. I know, but especially in prayer, I used to love 150 gram of oats before I go to bed. Used to milk it after a show as well. Come back, have my 150 gram of oats. I used to treat myself to a bit of MTS whey in there as well. That, if you want that in oats,
it is good in that.
Yeah, but the calories are just
macros are awful.
Yeah, not acceptable. So
yeah, they're so bad.
You might as well get like a decent whey and just pour like sugar and like a bit of fat in there while you're at it.
Yeah,
it'll probably taste the same.
Exactly. So that should be interesting. And like right now, I think like even you said it was very basic for me. I'm obviously not going to go for a diet now, but it's a very basic sort of diet, very not much to it. But I think for me in this first sort of 6-8 weeks, like I have no food focus whatsoever at the moment, so I can get away with just sucking up a bit of hunger. I'm actually quite looking forward to being hungry because I haven't been hungry in a long, long time. Like I was sitting there eating my post-workout with Kuba. He fucking ate it before me. And I was thinking, Jesus Christ. I started 10 minutes before him and he finished 10 minutes before I finished. And I was thinking, here we go. And I'm just looking forward to sitting there.
I think it's got anything to do with eating it in the sunbeds. What are you playing at?
People were fucking
standing up, more importantly as well.
Yeah, better digestion standing up, you know?
No, worse.
Yeah.
No, worse.
It was just one of those ones where I was like, when I'm standing on those sunbeds, it's just like, what the fuck do I do for 10 minutes? So sometimes what I do now is I play a game and I go in there, I close my eyes and I spin around and then I try and find the handle. Like AJ, I don't know if you've ever been in there.
Mate, that's the retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. So I'm going to go in there one day. And like you're gonna leave the door unlocked or something, and I'm gonna just see you spinning around in the fucking cubicle, trying to find the door to get out.
Honestly, it's because you look around, you're like, you think you're standing in front of the door, you're looking around, and realistically, you're fucking behind you. You turn around like the handle's there. It's just good fun for a couple of minutes, that's for sure.
I like
must admit-
stretching the lats. That's what
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
No, I
I
like
hold on to
holding the top,
Yeah.
and then after about
yeah.
5 minutes, let your arms come down. It's like, oh.
I
Oh,
do a
is that what
DC
you're
lat
supposed to do?
stretch.
Huh?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to put your hands up like that.
Yeah.
Of course, to get the armpits.
Halfway through, that's how you get color down here. Otherwise, you'd be losing out on the color down there. Caitlin is now assessing her tanning ability considerably slightly. So pale.
I'm not a
Ah.
fan. I'm not a fan of the stand-ups though.
No,
Especially during prep. It's going to be horrendous.
it's boring
Like,
as fuck.
I used to love going on Sunbed purely because it was a 10 to 15 minute nap. And I could just
No,
fall
but
asleep
the
on
lay down ones, like if you're in off season, you get like lines under your bum.
Yeah, I have lines.
I've hardly ever been in the lay downs, to be honest.
The lying ones I prefer. I think you get, I don't know, I just
prefer
like the
them.
fact that I'm lying down and I can fall asleep as well. Because normally I wake up when the lights go off and it goes all cold. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's time to get up. But I found, I didn't realize on a lying sunbed, you've actually got to lay on, you got to lay on your side as well. So I used to lay on my back and wonder why I had these patches, because my spine at the bottom of my lower back, it curves. And I was wondering why I've got white patches there. It's because my fat ass was basically just taking all the tan, and I wasn't really getting tan on my lower back, so I had to start rolling on my side, you know. So the stand-up ones, I must admit, are fucking, I just stand there. I went up for 12 minutes the other day, and in the evening time I got home and I was like, ooh, and I looked and I went, fucking hell. I did 12 minutes, and I can't do 12 minutes on those sunbeds and Ultraflex, because I got back and I was like, oh, I'm fucking burned. And I got in the shower and I was like, oh, touches everything. Don't get me wrong, you get a lovely tan, but I sitting there, I'm like, nah, this is just not worth it. Like, I've got sensitive skin around underneath my chest. And I showed Jack the other day and I was like, mate, like, I need to fucking bin these off for a bit. And I did 9 minutes the other day and I was fine. But 12 minutes, I come out looking like a fucking...
So you binned it off.
Just
Not
He's
completely.
binned it off, but now he does 9 minutes.
Yeah, I do 9 minutes
12.
now instead
Just
of...
get 12 and then like do 10, you know, like come out when you got 2 minutes to go. But to do that, you've got to know where the fucking door is.
Honestly, next time, AJ, when you go in there, or Jack, go in there and just spin around and just like try and find the handle. I promise you, it'll take you a good like 30 seconds to realize, shit, you're not in the, you know, you're looking for it. It's just the handle. It just keeps it a little bit fun. But I had a load of people shit on me for eating my cereal and my square bars. I don't know why.
Well, obviously.
It started, the thing is, it was just, I had to eat it quickly because it started melting.
Yeah, I was going to say melted.
Yeah, the square bar started melting when I was in there. That was a bit of a pain in the ass. But fuck Sunbeds. Like,
Also, do you take your phone in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I see. I
do all my
never
Instagram
do on a
posts.
sunbed. I've never done that.
It's
do.
terrible for your phone, mate. I've ruined so many iPhones with it.
Well, that's why I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
It's terrible. I'm confident it's fucking my Aura Ring as well. So I've been taking that off recently.
Yeah.
Because my Aura Ring has been just dying. Like, I think it's the heat exposure. It's the same as the iPhones. If you do it for too long, it ruins you'll find like my iPhone sometimes just switches brightness half like randomly. So it'll like go off like full brightness.
Mine
and then
came
come
up with
down
like
a
the
half.
emergency thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
hell.
that's because it's been exposed to a bit too much heat, I think. So yeah, you really shouldn't take your phone in there, but I always do. It's like you really shouldn't like open your eyes in there really either. So
You
should
should wear
be
goggles,
keeping
but I
your eyes
never do.
You shouldn't really be getting sunbeds in the first place.
No.
No.
It's they're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all about moderation, but like at the same time, like if I look at my face now compared to probably a year ago, like I have definitely aged more in the face from using sunbeds, 100%. So I'm
Botox.
I kind of like the Gordon Ramsay look, you know, the wrinkles
Easy.
on my head.
Simple solution.
So yeah, I would
You like
advise.
the Gordon Ramsay look. mate.
I would advise sunbeds, but at the same time, like, don't take the piss. Like I was sitting back at home, and this woman came in. She got 30 minutes. I'm thinking, fucking hell,
30 minutes.
Like 30 minutes.
Was
I know.
What's
And
she doing? Like baking a cake in there as well or something?
she was fucking.
Bit of leather, bit of meat.
She was dark.
looking at.
But the thing which surprised me is that
Fried
she,
an egg in there.
the thing that surprised me is she said to me, "Oh, I've had like a weird rash on my leg, and I stopped for a little bit." But then she's doing 30 minutes. I'm fucking surprised, you know, spending that
Mate.
amount of time on a sunbed.
To be honest, like the NHS actually prescribe sunbeds to some people with skin conditions. So if you use them in a safe moderation, I think they are more than okay. Put it this way: there's a lot worse things you could be doing to your body that's carcinogenic or whatever you want to call them.
Has anyone fucked with the tanning injections? I see a lot of people take.
You can't. Not in
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to in natty bodybuilding.
No, melanotan is banned.
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
had a few
peptide,
people,
isn't it?
Yeah, I had a few people mention that, but I just think I obviously wouldn't do it because I'm competing natural feds, but at the same time, I quite enjoy the old sunbeds and sitting there and standing there and looking forward to going at post workout. Although I realise now that I probably should not do it post workout because I'm sitting in dry sweat, then I'm putting a tan on top of dry sweat and wondering why I'm getting like breakouts.
That's what I found as well. Yeah.
So I probably need to go upstairs and splash my face and give myself a bit of a wash before I go in there, because then I apply sun cream and then fucking I'm just making it 10 times worse. So I've realised that I need to actually probably do it on a rest day or something, but it's a bit long going over there just for a cheeky sunbed.
Or just do like you said, like what I do if I've sweated during a session, I'm going on the sunbed. I either after the sunbed splash loads of water over my face, or before I go on, I splash loads of water. So I'm like the sweat's off, so it's not like seeping into my skin. Because I get the same. I'll always break out if I go in when I've like been sweating, etc.
Well, I must admit, it does help with your skin. Like my skin has been clear since. I think that's why one of the reasons I use it at the moment is just one, confidence. I feel a lot more confident with a tan, feel more myself, and two, definitely my skin. Especially as I sweat on my back and I break out quite a bit on my back sometimes, it clears it up massively. Right, so I've got some questions. I actually got some quite good questions this week rather than the shitty, people ask me these dodgy questions, like these bookie questions. Let me get them up quickly.
Bookie.
Right.
Bookie.
Have you never heard the word bookie?
Yeah, but see,
No.
I thought bookie meant like good. It was like a good thing.
Bookie,
Oh yeah, that's bookie.
Yeah, bookie that is.
Like bookie is in scary, like it's bit bookie.
Nah, because I went to uni with a lad from Essex and he said bookie all the time. Oh, that's bookie that is. And like it was a good thing.
Oh really?
I'm surprised that because you're not that far. Like all that.
Essex lad, Essex boy.
Bookie.
Okay, right. So we're just gonna go for this. We're just gonna go for this first.
You call it scone or scone?
Scone.
Yes.
Scone. No, scone. Scone. This is a weird one. Question why? I've just made it. So when you was in school, when someone used to go running over to you and like pull down your trousers.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Keg.
What?
Keg.
Keg.
Yeah, being kegged.
Kegged. Nah. We call that skanking. So you skank someone.
Skanking.
Skanking.
Skank. How about when you run away from someone?
What do you mean?
Like you say, for example, you ditch your mates when you, for example, in school, you used to just run away from your mates. Did anyone else ever do that? What do you call that?
What, just run away from my friends?
Fucking Nick. Yeah, you just like I skanked him, innit? Like we call skank as in skank pulling down the trousers, and skanking is like we skanked, like ran off from him.
No, skanking's like what you do at a rave.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Like
it must be
face.
a Lutonian sort of thing then.
A Lutonian thing.
Jack, you answered this the other day. Did we answer this before? Best cream of rice and whey combination. I swear I've answered that before. I'm using the Naughty Boy cream of rice right now. I must admit, it's pretty good. It's called Pink Dough. Something is pink, basically.
Pink donuts, I think.
Complete Strength is my favourite cream of rice.
I've actually heard that's very good.
I don't like any cream of rice.
You don't?
No, not since using rice flakes. I've just realised that cream of rice just sucks in comparison.
What's the difference?
well, rice flakes are like, I got them from Meg and Mark started having them, and Cuba started having them as well. Cuba's mixing them with cream of rice. I've just have them on their own with whey. They're like I describe them as, they're very like a neutral taste, but when you put whey with them, it just tastes of like kind of, I guess, sort of similar to oat kind of texture, but especially if you cook them in the same way as oats, because you do literally use the exact same amount of fluid. But except the only thing that I find with cream of rice is that even though there are some like legit nice flavors out there, there's always that kind of like gritty, sandy like texture coupled with a bit of a, let's be honest, even the nicest flavors ones, there's always a bit of an aftertaste of like something that just doesn't taste quite nice. I mean, I might just be doing it wrong, but that's what I feel. But with rice flakes, there's yeah, Jack's like, you're doing it wrong. But
you just haven't sat down and watched the recipe. That's why.
I have actually watched the recipe. I do use your oat recipe. I've never.
I find that like CFSN goes really grainy, but.
I
use rice flakes, but you have to like get them from, well, we get them from Sainsbury's, so they're a bit.
Is that the organic section?
Is
organic
it like a blue packet?
Yeah. They're not like. Not
they
cheap,
do the
cheap either.
Rice, is it rice puffs as well? You know, they're like
the cereal.
Yeah, they're like the organic sort of. They're pretty good as well. I tried them, but they're very just dry. Like I prefer just having Rice Krispies myself.
I'll chip in a question, George. I asked you it the other day, so I want to hear the other two opinions. Your top cereals of all time.
What did I say the other day? Weetabix minis, Weetabix mini chocolates. Those ones are nice. I used to love them at uni. Used to put them on top of my oats. Bosh. And I do love some Frosties. I absolutely love Frosties. I remember in prep I used to have them. They used to be great on my refeed days. Cheeky bit of Frosties. Haven't got a third one, I don't think. Crunchy nut. Love a crunchy nut. Caleb?
Crunchy nut clusters and cinnamon toast.
Yeah, I said crunchy nut clusters to George. They are
Yeah, I'm not really.
AJ?
Options. I'd say you picked all the good options. I'm afraid I have to just sit here and agree.
Oh, that's a cop out, that is.
Oh, hang on.
I mean, I could come up with some shitter options.
Ricicles. And you're probably too young to remember ricicles.
Did you ever, as kids, have the long packet of the small cereal boxes that came in like the cellophane?
Yeah.
And then like your sibling always nicked the good ones.
Yeah.
Fucking wanted to.
Classic.
Ricicles are basically Rice Krispies covered in sugar.
Yeah.
Like sugar
basically, yeah.
No, not sugar puffs.
That's exactly what I said yesterday when Jack said that.
You know, you've got Shreddies and frosted Shreddies.
Different cereal.
So you've got Shreddies and frosted Shreddies, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's the equivalent to Rice Krispies and Ricicles. So get a Rice Krispie and then just cover it in sugar. Those Ricicles.
They sell them on eBay for like 50 quid. I don't know why, but.
Oh.
Katie, what was your question?
Save everyone.
Oh, my question, and I'm actually really passionate about this, so I hope you're ready. It is, there's more wheels than doors in the world.
Oh, don't start.
Quite frankly, Jack, you are incorrect.
Oh, go on. Tell me how I'm incorrect. Go on. Let's get
So you can legitimately order thousands of packs of wheels.
Oh, you've taken that off someone. I saw that on Instagram the other day.
No, but also think about like office blocks.
You might be able to order them, but which fucking idiot is ordering them?
Jack.
What is this question? I've actually completely
you
lost.
can also
Never heard
order.
it.
No.
How many like?
AJ, there's a big poll going around. Is there more wheels or doors in the world?
Wheels or doors? Right. Okay. Yeah.
What's your
opinion?
opinion?
Is there an answer? Is there an actual confirmed answer out there, or is this just?
Well, someone
just
did,
hearsay?
but how accurate is that? I don't know.
And what was the answer to that?
Well, the person that I watched, she concluded it was doors, but Like
No.
how can you
I
actually
love
legitimately
how people
justify
have
it?
got the time for this shit.
I know. It's like, who makes this shit up?
Why?
Right?
Why?
On another note, I had my first grey hairs come through. I can see them a bit now. I had my first grey hairs come through on the side of my head. 24 and I've got grey hair. The fuck
You
is
need some
going on?
just for men.
I know.
Aidan, I want you to write down every door in your life and every wheel in your life. Okay.
Still going
Quite
on.
frankly, in this room right now, there's about 10 wheels and there is one door. You sausage.
What?
But
And that's
what are
you.
you defining a wheel? Like, why have you got 10 wheels in your uni room?
5 right there.
Oh, fucking hell! All right.
All
That's
right.
Another 4.
Jesus, she's got a lot of wheels in this room.
Yeah, and I'm counting.
More where
I'm
that came.
counting two doors, two doors on that cupboard behind you.
Fucking hell.
No, because a door you can walk through.
Oh, wind me up! So you're telling me a cupboard isn't a door?
Jack,
Jack,
calm down, mate.
I'm going to be honest, I actually can't even see you right now. You're literally just a black screen, like you. And George has been frozen for the past 40 minutes. I have no idea what's happening.
It's I told you, it's your fucking BTEC Wi-Fi. It's terrible.
Shush.
Saying that, I used to have terrible Wi-Fi.
Yours was.
Remember AJ? We just do a podcast, and it was just like, just what's the fucking point? Just what's the point?
Yeah. Just literally had a 5-minute chat. Nah, can't record a podcast.
This we just gave up at the end. Oh, good times, good times. Okay, so let's do one tip each here. One top tips for a better quality sleep. AJ, go first.
So I was enjoying the whole like laughter we're having about doors and wheels, and now we're gonna answer a fucking boring question. Sounds like I'm just doing another check-in. Fucking hell, just someone else.
All I asked is one tip.
Why don't we make it fun, and instead of me blabbing on about sleep and all that stuff, let's just each do one little tip about sleep and go around in a little nice circle. So I'll start with let's go for a cold room. Make sure it's of an ambient temperature.
Jack.
Make sure I'd say try not to do too much in your room apart from sleeping and then maybe 1 or 2 other activities. But like don't try not to live in your room all the time. Try and keep your living space, I know a lot of people work in their room as well, but try and keep your work out of your room as well, because sometimes that may cause like anxieties and stuff. Like when you're in your room, then trying to get to sleep, you're thinking about other things because that's what you associate with that room. So maybe don't like sit on your bed, on your laptop or on your phone. Keep it separate.
Yeah, Caleb.
Diazepam. Have
Get
a
better
set
Wi-Fi in your room,
bedtime.
maybe.
That'll actually decrease sleep quality. That's been researched.
Have a set bedtime.
Oh, you took my one, bastard. I was going to say routine, but
Yeah.
I would say having a hot shower before you go to bed will help cool your body temperature down to help you get to sleep quicker. So our body temperature needs to drop as we sleep. There we go. AJ, when's the merch coming out? Natural Bodybuilding Worldwide merch dropping soon, apparently.
Yeah, funny enough, a lot of people are asking about that. I was never planning to even release it as merchandise, but if anyone did want a hoodie at any point, I'm sure I can get some stock in of that stuff. But I think people obviously see you guys wearing it and they're like, "Oh, that looks cool." So yeah, we'll maybe get some done at some point.
Make a rag for it.
A rag. Well, seeing as how long it got me to get samples of the next stuff I'm doing in terms of some of that style of stuff, it will be maybe about 2026 by the time I get an MBW top done in that format.
Just let me know when it's coming in.
All right.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah.
Eat chocolate that tastes like shit, or shit that tastes like chocolate. Eat chocolate. Eat chocolate that tastes like shit. Why would I eat shit that tastes like chocolate? Why would I eat shit?
Well, as long as it's not going to hurt you, I'd eat shit that tastes like chocolate.
Eat
I thought
shit.
you said that they were good questions today.
Well,
feel
AJ was
immediate
just
guilt after
AJ
that.
was just ruined it and just decided to not want to be serious. So we'll go for a shitty question.
Okay.
To be fair, people watch this and do want to take on board information, but it's sometimes nice to have, a bit of fun now and again.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
enjoyed our discussion actually, although Jack's wrong.
I literally.
Caleb, we'll talk about this off air, okay? I don't want to get heated on air with you. Okay.
You need to remember Jack's on prep now, so he's getting extremely aggy. Like
I am aggy.
the first 4 days.
Prep
Honestly,
started.
he's
Aggie.
changed already. I tell you, I've noticed it in the past 4 days. He's getting fucking angry. This kid. Jesus.
Honestly, I can't see any of you. This is fantastic.
Okay, have you tried maybe using the refresh option?
Yeah, I've done that like 20 times. It's all right.
Right.
I'm just enjoying hearing your voices.
We can see you though, so that's the main thing.
Oh, brilliant.
When did you first meet each other? When was the first time?
Ooh.
AJ, I can't
First
remember
time
the
I
first
met-
time I ever actually met. When was the first time I ever actually met you?
First time I ever met Jack. I know this actually off by heart. Although I'm maybe gonna have to think a little bit about Caitlin. Jack, met you at 2017 BNBF finals, and we first met in a coffee shop. When we had a coffee, you ate cream of rice, I ate rice and chicken, and then we got a upper body session in at Ultimate Fitness, which is a pump session where it was probably the shortest time I've ever seen you spend in the gymnasium before leaving, because we actually left at the same time. We both got a side chest picture together, and it was cool. George,
Is that with your blonde hair?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
George, I first met you at Body Power in 2018. I was sponsored at the time with A-List. You came up, we got a photo. We both looked terrible in that image.
I remember. I remember.
You also you were covered in fake tan. You looked orange, like you were out of The Only Way is Essex. And I remember telling you that. You could have told me that I looked terrible, because I did also look dreadful.
Was that the true off-season cheeked one?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so bad. Like pale. I still had the remnants of the blonde hair. Oh, fuck me. The worst
Black hoodie
off-season
on.
look.
Let's see if I can get that
Yeah.
photo. I remember that photo. I think I uploaded it to my Instagram.
Yeah, you were wearing like an all grey
grey
outfit as well.
Converses. Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah, I found it straight away. Here we are.
Caitlin, I'm honestly not sure.
Oh, zoom in on that. Zoom in on the face. Zoom in.
Wait, why can't I see anything?
Literally like a whale.
Was it when we trained?
Oh, God, what a corker.
I remember
got that
what I
one.
used to do before going to Body Power is I always used to do a tan, because everyone there used to be tanned as fuck. So I'd always get a spray tan before I went. I don't know why the fuck I did that. AJ, you look
Caitlin,
better.
I believe
really.
it was out of memory 2019 at
Is it when we trained?
Sorry?
Was it when we trained?
Oh, maybe you're right on that one. Maybe it was 20. Maybe it was 20. In that case, it will be. Wait, won't that have been 2019 still when we first trained?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say 2019 when my client Jenny was competing at that show, and you were there backstage.
Midlands.
Yeah, and you said, look, she's around here, and I came backstage. I think that was maybe the first time that we met in person.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't.
Because you were at PCA Midlands, but then you also went to that one as well.
Yeah. But my memory serves me well.
You've got a very good memory. I wouldn't have remembered that.
Jack, I can't remember when I met you.
It was your first show. I'm sure it was.
Was it?
UK DFA Southerns, I think.
I can't. That day was a disaster. I won't get into that.
What happened? Was that the tan?
No. It wasn't tan. It was just
other shit.
So yeah, just okay. So we won't go into too much detail, but I was with a girl,
Share as much as you
and
wish.
on that particular day, I wasn't giving her enough attention, and she went home early and got upset about it.
I
And
remember that.
I remember me being backstage, and that's all I could think about before I was going on stage. Like, it was so fucked. And I sit there now, and I was like, the fuck was I doing? You know, like why? It was like my day. Yeah, so that was an absolute mess that day. But yeah, that's probably when I first met you, 100%. I think I can't remember. We always used to bump into each other at shows, didn't we? So we ended up just you go to this show, and then yeah, we used to sit with each other like fix, all that sort of stuff. Caitlin, when did I first meet you? I've probably met you a few years back, but I can't remember.
Did you?
George, I've just realised I've got mine wrong.
Was it not?
Where did I first meet you?
Not fit.
Where did
You know where I did. You were with someone. You were with someone. I was with someone. What show was it? It was a show because Caitlin's just brought it out of my memory. It was a show.
Oh, this was at uni. This was no, I first met you down in Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, yeah.
In
UK BFF. We met in Starbucks, yeah.
2016?
2016, yeah, I think.
Yeah, 2016, 2017. I was still at uni at that time, mate. Fucking hell.
With Nath.
You was who was you? I wasn't with Nath. I was with a guy called Liam, who actually it was a good looking lad. I remember I used to look up to him and think he's a fucking good looking lad. Yeah, I was with him, and who was on stage? Brad, Men's Physique.
Yeah, Brad,
yeah.
my client, yeah.
Wow, that is years. Wow, I totally forgot about that. Fucking hell, time flies. And then I remember.
Do you remember I was wearing like one of the like, I was wearing one of those like white tops with just like the simple like 2 letters "Be Epic" printed in the middle that like the black
yeah, I think
text.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oversized, yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that I remember those sort of days. Yeah, Jack and Make Your Shows, AJ, that was back then. And then I remember I trained with you at Ultimate Fitness the day before I went on prep, and we recorded it, didn't we? And that was the first time I trained with you. Yeah, I remember that. Fucking hell. Caitlin, I can't remember
Long time.
The time that I met you. I can't.
It might have been like FitX or something.
Was
I
it?
have a feeling it probably was.
Something like that. Was that, yeah, last year, I'm guessing.
You do live very far down south. So
Yeah, well, I did at the time, but obviously now I see you, at least once a week, probably.
Far too much.
Hey. Can you see us now, Caitlin, or is it a little bit? It's still fucked.
I did refresh. I can see AJ. He's nodding his head ever so slightly.
Is he?
Oh,
Jack.
no.
Oh well,
No, he's
I
not.
don't know if that's my laptop.
Caitlin's back to
Um,
the start of the podcast in terms of video content.
And now I can't see Jack or George. So it's fine. It is what it is.
You're just here for the ride, Caitlin. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not like you need to look at us with the biggest studs in fucking South Yorkshire right now, anyway. Where am I at? So question wise, okay, let's go for something which let's go for what's everyone's favorite cheap meal? I'd say sushi right now, even though I wouldn't class that
To
as
be honest, yeah, I'm a changed man. Sushi is my only issue is it's just not very filling at all.
no.
And you can drop very like a lot of money on not much filling food. Like
I had an absolute stinker the other day. So when I was coming back up north, I ordered online some sushi, and I went to Cutlery Works, the place that we normally go to get sushi, and I showed them the order. They're like, "You've come to the wrong place," and I was like, "What?" And you've ordered it from the actual city centre one. So I was like, "Fuck's sake!" And obviously, it's not far away; it's about 1.5 miles. And I know in Sheffield, like me parking outside the place is just not going to happen. So I had to park for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It was in a car park. I had to pay like fucking £3 for it for 10 minutes. And I literally couldn't find this Ado Sushi. And then I found it, and it is down some, I'll use the word bookie again. It's down some fucking dodgy bookie alleyway. And I was like, then I went up to the door and I knocked on it, and nobody was answering. I could hear people on the other side of it. No one's knocking. So I actually called them. This girl came out from the back and just gave me the bag, and I walked off. I was like, what? Like, what is going on here? Like, is this not a restaurant? Is this not? So yeah, I won't be doing that again. That was a rookie mistake. And I was fucking ravenous as well. So, when you're hungry and you're pissed off, I knew I was kicking off then. I was like, every little thing that I was doing, just getting fucking angry. Car alarm was going off in the car park. Everyone was fucking concerned about my car and shit. Like, your car going off? Yes, it's my car, all that sort of stuff used to aggravate me massively. But I would say at the moment, sushi is, I wish I got into it in 2019. You know, I had those 3 rolls with AJ, and I was like, no, no more. But
The-
now I'm like
the
every
3
week.
ending rolls.
Yeah, 3 ending rolls, yeah, for the next fucking year. um,
Oh, dear.
anyone got anything different other than sushi? It's just sushi, isn't it?
It's a meal that makes you feel like you're having a nice meal with a social environment, and you don't feel shit after eating
Yeah.
it. So it's great.
Yeah, that's the bit I noticed, that even sushi that doesn't make me feel like shit at all. So, I'm not gonna ask that. I've got 3 of the same questions about if we all competed in the same class, who would win? Who would be in top 3? Well, I definitely know I wouldn't win. That's for sure. So that answers that question. It'll be out of Forbes, Morris, and Keefe. Caitlin, you can join in as well.
Is this just between the males and in the
Yeah,
show?
no, everyone's gone. AJ, Jack, Keefe, and George, 100% on stage together. Where would they place? They've not mentioned anything about.
I'm not willing.
Caitlin.
I'm not willing to answer. We'd have to all be like winning overalls as well, because we're all kind of in slightly different places. I think. Well,
Who
Jack
knows?
now-
Who knows? It
now,
may
Jack, you're now a
happen
legit
down the
heavyweight,
line.
so
It may happen down the line. So
yeah, well, actually, yeah, it definitely will.
Got a lot of work to do. I'd win the best looking, 100%. Biggest stud on stage, me, easy.
Well, there's that then.
If you were the opposite gender, what category would you compete in?
Women's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see
Because I'd still
myself in
be
a set of
drug-free.
heels.
Jack, with those quads, you'd be fucking wellness boy.
Yeah, I just haven't got the arse for it at the moment though.
No, you got quite.
Yeah, Jack, that wouldn't go well in wellness from the back. Not right now.
Caitlin, what would you compete in? I'm guessing you'd just be a bodybuilder.
Maybe
physique?
classic.
Nah, it'd have to be 212.
Jack,
Boy,
you're
playing
the shit one,
nice.
Kate.
Well, you ain't pushing the heavyweights, you. So it would be 212, Caitlin.
I
Come on.
am the giant killer.
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon she'd, do 212s, probably, win the 212s, but then, do a few open shows for shits and gigs and just, beat a lot of people. 5 foot.
Just
5 foot
the
nothing.
white blonde Sean
Probably
Clarida,
the
really.
nicest thing anyone's said on this podcast so far. Thank you.
I think the title of this podcast is Jack Beefs Caitlin.
Yeah,
It's
let's go
fucking-
to 12 then.
That's all Jack's done so far. It's just fucking bully Caitlin.
You are.
right, one final
Jack
one,
beef
and then
me.
we'll
I
leave.
know. I don't know what I ever did wrong.
Turn me down in Bradford, that's what.
Bradford.
I have no idea what you're
Don't
talking
worry, Caitlin.
The audio is so delightful.
I know. It's so
I have
delayed.
no idea what's going on right now.
It's that fucking uni BTEC Wi-Fi, I tell you. You at home or you at uni? Fucking look at
Don't
that
ask her a
screenshot.
question. Leave it. Like.
It's no point asking her a question. Look at that screenshot as well. It's just fucking.
Nothing.
It's so funny.
Fuck's sake. She's back. Here she is.
Anything happening?
Oh.
You got to speak, please. Oh, is it gone? I was just going, speak, please. I can't see you.
Oh, Jesus. We'll just leave you out of this, Caitlin, for the last couple of minutes, yeah? Fucking hell. Okay, last one then. So I think we've been on here for just over an hour now. Essential machines for a gym. What's everyone's essentials? I'd say a good adductor, 100%. 100%. That gym shop one. Still don't know how you do fucking 10 plates on that, 10 and a half plates on that, Jack. Jesus Christ. Crazy. Honestly, crazy. I think I did 6 the other day. I got 10 and I was like, that's fucking shite. Absolutely shite.
I think a leg extension is pretty essential. You do struggle to get that sort of stimulus that you do with the quads. Oh, nice try there. So I'd say a leg extension.
Croissant there.
Croissant.
Croissant.
I think a Smith is very useful. in terms of the fact that you can do a lot on there. So if you have a good smith, so like the Cybex one, for example.
From Caitlin to everyone.
Quad
Quad
on.
on. What does quad on mean?
No, croissant, not cordon.
Quad on.
Croissant.
It's croissants. Quad on.
Right, this
That's what I'm gonna say to you on stage this year, guys. If your quads aren't on, I'm just gonna say croissant.
Croissant.
What's on? Oh, imagine that. I'll fucking hear that saying, what's he on about? Croissant. Fucking hell.
Croissant.
Yeah, anyone else? Any other essential gym pieces that anyone desires to have in a gym? Or essential, I should say.
Pete, like actual, is it just equipment that they're just asking?
Yeah, well, you can just be whatever we want. We'll just do that.
Right. You said like essentially, you said a doctor. I agree that they're lacking in a lot of gyms.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good smith as well. Cybex smith.
Although I'm finding, I must admit, like on the topic of adductors, is that the gym shop one is something a little bit iffy with that left side.
That said that.
It's like
Is it the left one or the right one?
It's the left side. I'm pretty confident because it's like most of the other gym shop pieces, like they're great, but there's a little bit of a lifespan on them. I think where something does kind of break all the time. Don't get me wrong, like this is not me shitting on them. I think they make some awesome stuff, but there seems to be something that's, when people are very, very strong on them, they're doing repeatedly like good, big stuff. Some of the stuff does, sort of break. So I've actually put that out recently because it's just been messing up my left adductor and hip. Yeah, I think one of the best adductors that I've used is if you want a really good pin loaded one, is the Cybex one, but it's just not quite heavy enough.
No, yeah, I'd agree. I quite like the Prime adductor as well. That's heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
No.
It's not nice though to use.
It's dangerous as fuck. It's so heavy. It's
getting in and out.
Like you can't even warm up on it safely.
That's what did me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
really
remember
grinned.
that was up at Elite Physique, wasn't it? Where you did that.
Yeah, that was the session.
Yeah, I remember that.
If Nick Loff has actually got the same adductor in his gym that we used on that day, I don't know how he's pinning it.
That's
Like, oh my god, he I know his strength's off the charts, but that's off the rails how strong that is. Jack, you should go up maybe one day and like just have a go on it.
I've used it before. And I'm sure I wasn't much over half of the stack.
Oh right, yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, it's a different position, isn't it? Like, obviously, when you got your knees in flexion like that, do you feel like you're better, like you're more skilled at like having your knees slightly out? I don't know.
I was talking to someone about this the other day, and I think one of the reasons why I seem to be quite good on the gym shop, or at least above quite a few other people on it, is because I've been doing straight leg adducting for quite a while. Because
even on a pin loaded.
Yeah, the pin loaded one that I've got back at the gym back home, you could kind of do it both. It was kind of like semi-bent, but I used to do it quite straight leg anyway. And I think you are targeting a different head of the adductor, or at least a different muscle using it like that. So I think potentially that muscle is a bit more developed than say on the bent leg one. And maybe it's just experience of having it. Yeah, don't know.
Well, I see the other day I saw JP post the Prime fucking pet deck, pinning it 80 kilos on top as well.
80 kilos on.
Fucking nuts. And plus the gym pin's probably about 5 kilos there, at least. That's fucking crazy. That is so crazy. I don't know where he was loading it. I'm guessing he was loading it in like the sort of mid to Lentham range. I'm not sure. I couldn't see from the video, but either way, regardless, I don't think I've ever seen anyone fucking do that sort of shit. Right, I think we'll leave it there. We'll fucking leave it there. I think that's been over an hour. I was we had a good laugh with that, good chuckle, which is always nice. And always with this podcast, like I want it to be, I want to add some value to it, but at the same time, it's just like me talking to my friends as well on a weekly basis and just having some fun with it as well. I don't think, can I do that? Yeah, I can. There we go. So
Caitlin's got a delay, so she's going to see that about
yeah.
5 minutes.
You just see it go like this.
What's happening?
Huh?
Oh, nothing's happening. It's just a croissant.
Caitlin. She you're gonna have to watch this podcast back and just see what happened there.
I feel like I've missed out on a plethora of things.
Oh, you have. You have.
Yeah, you have.
Keeps
As ever,
listening to
guys,
this one today.
thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching. And what can I comment down below? Just bold.
Croissant.
Yeah,
Wow.
actually, yeah, yeah. What am I doing? Croissant.
You're going to get all
Lots
the
of love.
croissant emojis now.
Yeah, fuck it. I expect to see a few of those. Anyway, lots of love, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye, bus driver. Bye.